Hey, what's up, YouTube? This is Eddie Berrios from the Bronx. Chilling. Starting to get cold out here. Um, I was just watching a movie about the story of Charles Manson. That new movie, Helter Skelter. It portrays Manson as he was not. Manson was not that same guy you see in the movie. Of course, the movies tried to make the person a little more than what they really were. Charles Manson. I've watched a couple of YouTube videos about Charles Manson, and a lot of people seem to be so intrigued by him. There's even people saying, "Oh, he told it like it was." Yeah, they said the same shit about Trump. Listen, Charles Manson was nothing more than a failed musician who drowned his failures in drugs. And he found a few followers that he fed them drugs daily just to keep them in his control. That's it. Nothing more. Charles Manson personally didn't kill anyone. He had these drug-infueled, gullible followers do all his dirty work for him. That's all they were. I mean, the Manson family wouldn't even have gotten any sort of real recognition if they didn't kill Sharon Tate. That's a fact. So I'm watching this movie, and they're just making him. They're making him out to be like this super smart, intriguing sort of guy, but he was nothing more than a psychopath who had about what, 8 to 10 drug-infused followers. I mean that's all these people did was do drugs, acid, angel dust. I mean, anybody who does that much drugs, of course they're gonna talk all fucking crazy and mystical the way Manson did. I mean, this guy was a nut job. He called himself a dangerous man at one point. When he started calling himself a dangerous man, this was the point in his life where he knew he was never going to get out of jail. So he just said, "Fuck it. Yes, I'm a dangerous man." And that's when he really started saying, "Yes, I did this, I did that." But before that, the motherfucker was trying to get off. He was desperately trying to get off. Charles Manson failed at everything he's done. So yes, he was pissed off at society. So I don't know if a lot of people know his reason that he started actually killing is because he was a fucking racist. He was a Nazi-ass racist who thought by killing white folks and leaving certain clues to make it appear that they were being killed by black folks, specifically the Black Panthers. He would leave things that the Black Panthers would say written in blood, or, a panther paw, in blood, to throw off police, to try to create a race war, which that's another thing Manson failed at. Manson's whole life was total failure. And, Hollywood glamorizes these people, and then you watch YouTube videos about Charles Manson and watch these nut jobs basically praising this fucking asshole. Because that's what they're doing. They're actually praising Manson. Oh, I would love to hang out with him. I would love to spend the day with him and just listen to him talk all day. Fucking idiots. Come on. I talk about different things, but I don't know. I watched this Helter Skelter thing, and then I watched some videos, and Manson was able to control about 8 to 10 people into doing his dirty work, and some of them thought he was the coming of Christ. Some of these women actually thought he was like Jesus Christ incarnate. And of course, that was the drugs. You had many people before Manson who, I can just bring up one guy, Jim Jones. That guy duped thousands and thousands and thousands of people into selling all their shit and going to fucking Uganda or wherever the hell it is where they bought the island, and he had total control over them. And in the end, he had thousands of them voluntarily take a poison that they knew that they were going to die. And the ones that didn't take the poison, they were shot. And he took it himself. But Charles Manson, when he was busted, he turned into a little bitch and he tried to get out of it. He tried to say, I had nothing to do with it. I didn't order anything. I didn't order this. I didn't order that. They all did it on their own. But when he realized that he wasn't getting out of it, that was it. You know, all of a sudden he says, you know what? I might as well put on this persona that I'm crazy and you know, I'm a dangerous individual. And that's when, you know, you see all these interviews, which are interesting to watch. But the more you watch him talk, the more you realize he's a fucking he's a nut. He's a fucking failure, and he's a nut job. And that's all he was a nut job. You know, all that shit that he talked, it was just mostly all drug-induced bullshit. Just like any other heroin addict. Anybody watching this video has ever spoke to somebody who does heroin? For some reason, drug addicts, they think they know every fucking thing. They get a hit into them, and all of a sudden they're fucking professors of everything. They know about the government. They know about this. They know about that. They know about everything. That's just the drugs. That's drugs and their personal stupid opinions. But yeah, it's just something I was thinking about. Every time I think about something, I'll speak about it. Do I know the history of the people that Charles Manson killed and all that? Well, he didn't personally kill anybody. He used his little drug walking pharmacies, you know, kill these people. And, you know, that's some shit to even control even 10 people that way, you know. But that goes to show you there's so many gullible people in this world that are easily controlled because they're gullible. And then him feeding them drugs daily doesn't make the situation any better. You know, these people were known for doing heroin every day and acid and popping pills for this and popping pills for that. Yeah, I figured those people would be a little more easier to control than a regular person who, you know, are not doing all that crazy shit. Yeah, so, you know, my point is that Charles Manson was not what the media and Hollywood were portraying him to be. He was just another motherfucker who was a failure. He was another guy who was just a failure. He drowned his failures in drugs and alcohol and found a couple of idiots to follow him in his stupid quest. That also failed. Because as much of as a Nazi that he really was, and he tried to incite a race war, all he did was kill white folks. That's all he did. In the end, that's all he did was kill white folks. And ended up dying in prison. Well, most of his followers got out, and some of them repented, but some of them still thought he was Jesus Christ incarnate. You know, I wonder where those people are today. And are they still doing drugs, or are they living normal lives now? This is Berrios from the Bronx. Just some bullshit I be thinking about. Peace.